Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope you were ready. Grab your mats, get comfy, find your spot, and breathe. Hope you are all doing well. My name is Jen. Welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. Find the position that's comfortable for you. We're going to spend about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes breathing, getting comfortable, getting into the mindset of a practice. Take a few more breaths. And we're all going to transition to all fours and go into some cats and cows. Nice and slow, no rush. We have 45 minutes together. So make sure your knees are underneath your shoulders. Make sure your wrists are make sure your knees are underneath your hips and your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Your fingers are spread wide. And we are going to arch that back like a Halloween cat. And then we're going to go the other direction. Take a big dip in our spine. Belly button towards the ground, looking forward. And let's transition back to our cat. And to our cow. And to our cat. And our cow. Now if you want to add in some movement here, that's great. I think I feel like doing a kind of forward and back transition. You can kind of wiggle those hips a little back and forth. You can kind of go in a circle, whatever kind of feels right to you. We're gonna spend a few minutes just here playing a little bit with that cat and cow. Once everything feels good, I want you to sit back on those heels and roll those shoulders and bring those arms behind you, opening them up behind. And release those hands. Let's Lionel twist one way. And the other way. And come back to the center. Bring those shoulders up super high. And release, shake it out. Come up nice and high. And shake it out low. And one more time, bring it up high. And shake it out low. Okay, let's lean forward. Let's come onto our forearms. We're just gonna bring one leg out to the side and bring that inner arch to the mat. Inner thigh stretch. And let's switch legs. And release. Come back to your knees, sit back on those heels, bring those arms back, and bring that belly button up towards the ceiling. And release forward. Swing those legs around. One leg in front, one leg in back, like that. So they're not crossed. And we are just sitting up nice and tall. Just twist one way. And the other way. Come to the center and walk those hands forward, hips on the ground. Come on up slightly. Let's turn towards one knee. Walk those fingers down, hips on the ground. And come up, switch sides, down. And up. All right, let's switch those legs. Come nice and tall first. And then just and twist. And come to the center. We'll walk those fingers down. And come up. Twist to one knee. And then come up. And the other one. And release. Come on up. Just bring those legs in front. And I'm going to come down to my forearms. And bring those legs out. All I'm going to do is point the toes. I'm just going to lift one leg and down. That's all. Turn this way so you can see a little better. All right, so are we ready? We're just pointing the toes. Lift, lower, other side. Really pointing those toes, really stretching out the front of the shins. One more each side. And then just relax it. Hold down, bring those knees in to make a little tent with your feet out. Walk those feet together, drop those knees to one side. And then the other side. Come back to the center. Come back up to those forearms. Let's bring those legs back out. This time, we're going to come out to the side. So we're going to be here. We're going to lift, come out, come in, come down, lift, come out, come in, come down. Those toes are pointed, very ballerina-esque, really stretching out those shins. Like super point. All right, ready? Up, out, in, down. You decide the distance you go out to the side. I just want both sides to match. Let's do 2 more each side. And relax all the way down. Make it a little tent. Walk those feet together. Drop the knees one way. And the other way. And back to the starting point. I want you to bring one leg straight and bring the other leg so it's in a tree-esque posture. Foot touching the inner thigh. Both hips on the ground. Hands just on your bellies. And relaxing your legs as much as you can. Alright, and let's straighten out one leg and bring the other leg up. Same thing, other side. Let's release. Come back in those forearms one more time. Good, run both feet in, bending that knee. Across one leg over the other. And I'm going to bring the other foot in as much as I can. Point that foot, and then make a little figure four. Alright, and let's release, and let's switch it out other side, cross that leg over. Bring that other foot in and point those toes up toward the ceiling. So now we're stretching out the back of the leg compared to the front when we had those pointed. Release. Alright, come on up. Swing those legs around. We're going to have ourselves back, seated on our heels. Take one arm. We're just going to swing it forward, up, big circle around. Forward, up, big circle around. Two more. Other side. All right, let's switch back to the first side. Let's go backwards. Open and drag. Other side. Open and drag. Let's reset. Come to all fours. We're gonna open up and come back in. Open up and come back in. Open up and come back in. Open up, and this time come all the way through and bring that ear to the ground. And come up. Other side. Open and close. Open and close. Open and closed. Open and come all the way through. You're on the ground. And come on up. All right, let's tuck our toes under and roll back. So we're gonna create a little ball. And we're going to roll on up. Stand up nice and tall. And come to somewhere where you can hold on for balance if you need to. First, we're just gonna stretch out those calves a little bit more. Just put one foot in front, one foot in back. Bring that foot so it's touching the ground completely. Then I'm gonna bend this front leg until I feel a stretch in that calf. And then on the other sides, same thing. Heel on the ground, other leg bent, leaning forward. All right, release. Grabbing one foot, pulling it back, sitting up or standing up nice and tall. If it feels okay, and if you want to bring that foot from the glute pocket that is touching to the opposite glute pocket, that's fine. As long as there's no, nothing feels weird, nothing just twisting in the knee, anything like that. You're technically moving it from your hip socket, but sometimes it doesn't mean that people will feel it in their knee. And release. And let's switch it out of the leg, going back. Grabbing that foot. Either coming straight back or a little bit of an opening up of that hip, your choice. And release. Come on back. All right. This time we're going to grab that foot, bring it back into our quad stretch, and then we're going to lean forward. So I think feel free to grab onto something for balance. I'm going to scooch over here. All right, so I'm going to bring that foot back. I'm going to get comfortable, and then I'm just going to lean forward into this little dancer-esque position. And then I'm going to switch the legs. I'm going to turn and face the other way just personally. You don't have to. And lean forward. more time, giving the opportunity to maybe not hold on. Maybe you need to, maybe you don't, no worries. We're just gonna give it a try, we're just gonna play. So I'm going to grow that foot, and then I'm gonna lean forward and find my balance point today. And then I'm gonna come on up, shake it out, other side, and switch. And release. Beautiful. We're coming back down to the ground. If you want to grab some water, this is a great time. All right, both legs in front. Cross one leg over the other. Doesn't matter which one. That bottom foot is pointing up to the ceiling. And then we're just going to walk those hands down and really stretch out that hamstring. All right, and let's switch it out, other side. Bottom leg is straight, top leg on top. Walk those hands forward. And release. All right, bring those feet in front, just nice and straight. We're gonna have our arms back behind us. All we're gonna do is lift that butt, those glutes off the ground. You're just gonna come up, back down and touch. So we're just gonna kind of like almost make like a slide for a marble that would go from our nose all the way to our toes. And we'll slide down. Ready? Let's lift up. And back down. 3 more like that. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Beautiful. Bring those feet to touch. Hold on to those feet. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring those knees together. Swing those feet around and let's come into a pigeon. So we're on all fours, shaking out any wiggles that you got going on. Take our right leg back, lift it up, bring that knee in, and pivot on that hip so your right knee is facing 3 o'clock. Your right foot is facing 9 o'clock or as close to it as you can. And we're up nice and tall. And we're going to come down to our forearms. Bring your head close to the ground and breathe 10 breaths. down, back to all fours, shake anything out. And bring that left leg behind, bring that knee in. 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Up nice and tall first. And then slowly roll it down. 10 breaths. Into our little banana pose. I think we did that last week. We're gonna lay on our backs. Run across our right leg over our left, bringing those feet over to the left side of our mat. And bring our arms up overhead, grabbing that right wrist and curling and making a banana. And then switching over, other side. Release. Come back in, bring those knees back in. And wiggle them side to side. And pick a side and let them drop. And other side. Let them drop. And come back to the middle. Let's roll it on up. We're going to do 5 more of those little slides, or high bridges, or reverse tabletops, or whatever you want to call them. All right, let's point those toes, and let's lift up and down. Up. and down. I think that's 3. If not, we're making it 3. 2 more left. Up. And down. And up. And down. All right, bend those knees. Come on to forearms. Knees are bent. Take one leg and straighten. Point those toes again. Bringing that leg up to the height of our knee, pointing and flexing and going back down. So working some leg, working some ankle. Okay, ready? Up and down. Two more on the side. All right, and then that knee. Other leg comes out. Same thing. Sure I can breathe. All right, let's come up. Two more. And roll all the way down. Bring the knees to touch. Hands on the belly and just breathe. Walk those feet in and walk those knees out. Take your hands to the outsides of the thighs. Push them on in. Give your knees a hug and roll up to seated. All right, so we're giving ourselves a big squeeze here. Everything feels good. We're gonna do a little boat and then we're gonna go into our relaxation. So turn this way. So we're here and we're going to bring our arms down and bring our feet up and then come down and do that a couple of times. We're gonna hold it for 20 seconds or as much as you can, up to 20 seconds. You can also bring those knees up and keep them bent, totally fine too. All right, so knees bent, legs straight. We're having our arms on the ground, everybody. And 3, and 2, and 1, and go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. one more time through. Optional hands on the ground, optional hands in the air. You decide where you want them to be. And I think that's going to be our last thing for today. All right? So that's all right. On your mark. Get set. And left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, prep yourself for your Shavasana. I'm going to stay upright, but feel free to laying on your ground, on your ground, laying on the ground, legs in front, arms relaxed. You could either continue to stay in Shavasana for as long as you want. Otherwise, you're going to slowly start to move your fingers and your toes. Roll on to the side of your choice and push yourself up. And slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me for Rise and Shine today. I'll be back on Thursday. Have a wonderful day.